I came here to talk about the 23rd Annual Performance Mix Festival, February 24th through March 7th. It's through the New Dance Alliance, Karen Bernard, here in New York City, and it is amazing. I have been living in New York for almost 3 years, right? On and off, considering the 9-month sojourn across the United States. I had never been to any of these performances. I think I was living underground in a tunnel on the J. So I finally made it last night to the performance. I can honestly say that I was not bored. I'm just going to go over the performance that I saw, but you never know because the way it works is that each performance has different artists. And that's kind of exciting also because so many people get to perform. It's got this casual but professional feeling. It was really, really, really excellent setup. And then the pieces. Very first thing was a video, Janusz Jaruski, and I was blown away. It was black and white. It was very textured. Both the film itself and the images were very textured, and the images didn't necessarily have anything to do with each other, so you make the connections. Mirrorball, Jess Dobkin, and I was so pleased to see a piece that used the body as a prop. I mean, really, it was all about the costume, and the costume was just the little mirrors that were glued onto an outfit all the way down, and she got up and stood on a pedestal and turned slowly around. And the thing is, it was not that she was dancing around, the light was dancing. The glitteriness of that piece was very exciting for me. The downfall for that piece was her demeanor. It didn't make any sense. Things I Do Not Want to Forget by Dorian. Newskinder Odor. This piece was a solo. It started off with like a tough girl thing where she puts stuff on her hands. For me, when I watched this piece, it was very exemplary of what's happening currently in contemporary dance with the singing and speaking and pedestrian movement and dancey dance movement and I saw her personal investigation. Naughty Bits by Jen McGinn. That was a group piece. It was young. It was very youthful. So good for them to be young. It was humorous and it was it was one of those dances that really anyone could do it. And I know that's like sacrilege in dance world to say that, but in a good way. I mean, it's like Yvonne Rainier, where, she made the dance that anyone could do. And it was like, really, the dancers were doing, it was like they were coached to not look like dancers, but dance at the same time. So that was kind of cool. Kind of enjoyed that, actually. The earnest stare into the audience was embarrassing to watch. That stare out into the audience is like, why are you staring at us? We're your allies. Here in the middle, Kristen Hapke and Catherine Padberg. Great. It was athletic and cerebral and confrontational. That feeling when you're in love with somebody, where you love them so much, but you're with them so much that you're like, oh, God. That feeling, like, where your mood can change like that. It was a very tactile piece. Lots of just touching and smearing, and Catherine belts out "It's a Perfect Day." I forget who that's by. Is that by Lou Reed? Yeah. And she just starts singing it totally off key. And Kristen tries all these different tactics to get her to stop singing. And nothing works, you know. And it's like in a relationship when you know that someone's doing something that's kind of detrimental to them, and you don't really like it, and you're trying to like get them to stop, and you're trying nice ways to get them to stop, and then you finally just say, listen, I don't like that. You are being horrible. This is not what you should be doing. You know, you have to get really direct and really dirty with them. And her way in the piece was to pick Catherine up and drop her behind her, um, and then just start wandering away, saying, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" And like repeating it over and over. And I like that. I felt like it could go on like that part. Are you all right? Are you okay? Like repeating that longer. And I felt like the piece, the characters could be developed more and kind of be extended into a longer piece. Purge of Love. Wendell Cooper and Matthew Higham. I was absorbed in this piece. I've never seen anything like it. I called it a plastic dangling noose. He was naked. He had a like thing around his neck, like that went around down behind him, like past his butt crack and back up, and then he had all these dangling plastic. And then there was this body paint projection and TV image that were the same of someone smearing body paint on them, red and blue. Then this guy comes out like wearing all leather, like sleek leather, but with a big Elvis collar made out of like just, it wasn't aluminum foil, it was like metal, like all the way around. And his boots were kind of the same. And he goes up to the mic and he starts like singing. And I mean, it was truly art. Like what I saw them do was like, I mean, it was great. It really was. I felt like I had entered into a David Lynch movie. Where am I? Who are these people? He took off the collar and stuff. And then he started to do these like breakdancing cartwheels in a circle, which I was just watching him and I just started smiling because it was very inspiring. He was very athletic. You could tell he could dance and that he had training in some way. But it was so interesting because when they started that piece, I thought, I am not going to relate to this at all. But in the end, I realized that it was universal. Anyone could relate to that piece, even though it appeared to be unrelatable. It was superhuman. When people pour their heart into their work, you can see it. And even if it's the wackiest, weirdest, kookiest thing you've ever seen, you love it because you know that they know what they're doing. Like, even though you don't, but there's something that you can appreciate about it. I am glad that I went to the Performance Mix Festival this year, and I would definitely go again. I was super happy being there. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to next year. Bye.